said we don't like an actor, Starface, so you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, sorry for the delay. We had some serious technical issues. Those serious technical issues may continue to persist all night because I'm running off of a different stream, and so we might get drop frames. We'll see. See how it goes. So far, there's none. Yay. But now the surprise of finding out you don't like the actor is ruined. Oh, well, Surface, sorry. The other thing that's going to be ruined is what happens this game. We're giving all the spoilers for what happens tonight in the Wobbegong crew tonight as we play them. So I don't think it's considered spoilers if you reveal something at the time. Anywho, we're here, and we're here to do some crime in. Judd, do you recall the things that we did last?
Yeah, you guys had handed over the upper deck back to the Red Sashes as part of the peace agreement, and you got help from the Red Sashes and their whispers. They're like old lady whispers, to take a hive warehouse.
Yeah.
And you did that with like the ghosts who had been kind of fermenting in the upper decks bilge for decades or years at least. And after that happened,
fermenting. That's a nice.
Yeah. I like that word as it came out. I was like, oh no, that works. But what the real fallout of that was the hive offering Scannon and Maud jobs with the hive, and then the hive's director of security came and talked to Charming because they knew he wasn't going to take the deal, and they had words, and it didn't go real well.
Yeah.
But one of the things that came out was that they're playing a bigger game, and the Emperor is kind of in their sights as like a player in that game. And I think that kind of intrigued the shit out of Maud. Or at least it intrigued the shit out of Sean, because Sean was like, shit, I wish Maud was having this conversation.
Yeah.
So
well, and it wasn't it was addressing some of the fundamental issues of the setting vis-a-vis the abeyance to demons and all that jazz that Maud got so excited about, and was so upset that Charming just like dismissed out of hand, which was some good interactions with Maud and Charming at the very end, and then with Charming and Scannon to follow that, which was great, because I was like, I don't know what else for my character to say, so she's gonna storm out, which is a mature action to take, and then you guys followed it up. It was good times. Did we do downtime? I'm sorry, I'm so unprepared. I'm super frazzled from...
No, it's okay. I don't believe we did downtime.
Cool.
I believe there was talk of getting rid of heat in the downtime.
Yeah. Wanted level, but we really jumped up in heat.
Yeah, we took a lot of heat from that last job.
Everything we need is right there.
We got a lot of coin, though. But before we even start that, Judd, sorry to keep asking things. Do you remember the name of the blue coat, specifically the blue coat that... I mean, there was a bunch of them that did it, but there was one that
Joel, Jol. It's actually from the Doskvol notables, so I remember it. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So not as a downtime thing, but as I was talking to Judd offline about whether or not I could handle this in downtime. And he's like, it sounds too big. It's probably a score. So I know we have our downtime action, but Maud wants to find Charming sometime after their fight, like when they've cooled down a little bit. We're like in the hotel. Where's a good place for Maud to find Charming?
Yeah, right now I'm taking care of the kids. So yeah,
Oh,
that's where
nice.
I'm pretty much.
And they're on the blackjack. This is perfect. So Maud kind of like pushes like a small person out of her way, uh, and it's like, oh god, and like always remember like Maud's hands are filthy, but like touching the greasy head of some child, she's like, ah, gross. Okay,
That's clearly she likes snuggles.
I think she sneezed on me. I don't know, through her hair. I don't know. I don't know how she did that.
That means she likes you.
Um, could we talk?
We could always talk, Mom.
I mean, about work, and it's not.
Sure.
All right. I'm forgetting
This is all
Maud's terrible
so the
accent.
brain. They're not listening to us anyway. So
Yes,
go right ahead.
I promised you something some time ago, and she looks at like one of like the broken mastheads on the boat, and like one of the cleats that's been like damaged from beating it up, and some of the railings that have that are still cracked. Promised you that we'd go after the fucker that did this, and I've been thinking, and I have an idea about how we should do it without bringing all the rest of the bluecoats down on us. So, I don't know if you noticed, but ever since the wardens had us in their clutches, something's different. I don't know if they put something in us, implanted one of their technological horrors in us, but ghosts just it's like there's a cage now, like a lightning cage inside of us, inside of me at least. I suspect you as well, that makes us so ghosts go in, but they can't take over. It's weird.
Right. I mean, I could put my hands on them now, which is a bit strange, but
So knowing that, and knowing that some of the ones from the upper deck are still in that warehouse haunting it, I reckon that we take one, carry it with us, find Joel, study him, watch where he goes, wait for him to be alone, and then we send that ghost to go take him over. And then he gets aboard our boat, the Blackjack, and we sail it right outside of the city, as we were wont to do. And then we put a bullet in his head from outside the lightning cage, and we toss that dead lump into the void sea. And we don't get no reprisals from the bluecoats.
Because they don't know it's us.
Because they don't know it's us. Because we catch him unawares, and because it's him going out on his own volition.
I like it. The only thing I've got a problem with is putting a bullet in his head. I'll get him on a boat, and if he can survive me, he's got every right to live.
I'm not. As to the particulars of his demise, I'm not picky.
Right.
But would that satisfy you? I mean, it's what we said we'd do. It's what I said we'd do.
Do you think that doesn't get back to anyone else?
I mean,
You think he gets on a boat and that's that?
there's no way to know for sure. But I know that if we go to his home and we break him there, and his spirit rises, and the spirit wardens collect it, there's nothing to keep it from blowing back on us. And all the goodwill we've built up with the bluecoats is for shit, because we've killed one of their own. I mean,
Right.
I could send him. I mean, there are fates worse than death too. We could just leave him with that ghost and send him out of the city, and let that ghost do what it would with him. We could give him all sorts of other horrors, but I told you that we'd kill the man, and that's what I'm offering. I do this out of my debt that I want to repay and be good on that promise. And you can kind of tell that Maud's saying that because she's like, hey, if you're cool with like him just walking, we don't have to do any of this. But you know, but she doesn't want to renege on what she told you.
Right. I think I wasn't clear, and I apologise, mate. You don't owe me nothing. We made a decision which was right for the people what he's running with us right now. I like the idea, and believe me, it makes my mouth water. I would love to do it. Here's what I'd like, though. If it happens right now, everyone will know. If he disappears, everyone knows. I want to ruin his life slowly. The people he knows slowly, bit by bit, take away what he loves and damage what he cares for, like what he did to us. And that's a thing that's going to take a while, and I'm going to enjoy. And it's not your. You don't owe me nothing, mate. You made a good case, and I listen to you because you're smart about things, and I agree with you. And I will have my revenge on him for what he did to what is ours, but it's not your responsibility. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about what he did?
She kind of looks at the damage that's still done to the boat, and she says, I know that you and this boat have a history and that it's part of our crew, but I'm happier that it was a boat that we can mend than it being one of us. He's a shit, but it's the game we play. And the fact that we can bounce back from this one means we're still in the game.
See, you don't know what we lost then, mate. It's not the boat. That's timbers and tar and what it is. Kyle's got more of a tie to it than anything else. It's what the boat symbolises, mate. People know us through that boat. And he came and he pissed on it. And he pissed on us. And that's what gets me mad. That's what makes me angry, because what he's done is he's taken that blanket of security off of us and pissed on it, and then given it back to us as a buy your leave. It makes us look weak, and if we look weak, the weakest of us end up being targets to everyone, mate.
I hear you.
That's why I'm so mad.
I hear you. But I don't think there's a single crew that walks the streets of Doskvol that hasn't taken a beating from the Bluecoats. I don't think that, right, in particular, because they're the Bluecoats, if this was another crew, if this was the Sashes or someone else that didn't have a chain about their neck, I'd be more worried. But right now, I agree he did us wrong, but I don't think we're going to be seen as weak because we took reprisals from the Bluecoats. I think we're going to be seen as another crew in Doskvol playing the same game everyone else does. In fact, we better not seem like we're given too much a good. We must not seem like we're being taken too good a care of the Bluecoats, or to think that we work for them. And she kind of looks around like, and we don't need more of that. So I hear you, and I want to present a strong front, and we need to do whatever we need to do to make that happen.
Here's the thing. You're right. Everyone gets a bit of it from them. That's what it is. It's what we do. I mean, and no one ends up in a hook for no reason, right? It's because of them. But it's how we come back that's important, right? We let it go. People know what happened, and then maybe 5 months, 5 weeks from now, something happens, and everyone knows. And they can't say nothing because it ain't right after it happened, right? It happens 4 months down the road. But everyone knows. Don't fuck with the Wobbegong, right? You never know where it's going to come from, right? And that's what I mean. Everything he loves, I'm going to tear down and make sure everyone knows it was fucking me. But we'll take our time. It's my plan, unless you got a better idea. I mean, And the thing is, it ain't just for me. Look, I'll enjoy it. If it was just for getting my jollies, I would have cracked his fucking marrow and shot it outright fucking there. And I don't give a fuck who said anything about anything. But it's not about me, right? It's about all of us. So, that aside, that's not what we're really talking about, though, is it? What we're really still talking about is what's the next step and where do we go? And whether or not we can conscious the selling of men and women.
And she looks around at all the kids and, like, you know, because they were some of the people that we freed. And she's like, I think it's good. The wardens want us to get in with the unseen. We're supposed to be coming after us once we put Hurton on the hive. Except it's the other way around. So now, who knows if the unseen are going to reach out? Well, we got to be unawares for them. But as it goes to the hive, as for the hive themselves, I think we'd be fools not to hear their offer, if for nothing else than to find out more about them. Because there's no way that if we say no, they're not going to try and destroy us. In fact, they might be trying no matter what. So we might as well learn what we can. I don't want to be part of any of this. And she's like waving at the kids.
Here's the thing. They think there's still a point to talking to you, right? To me, no. And we made it very clear. They know who I am and where I stand, right? So you talk to them.
All right.
You learn what you need to learn.
For that to work, for them to have any faith in me, they're going to have to believe that there's some distance between the two of us, that we're not in complete agreement. So I may say hurtful things about you, and I just want you to know that they're done out of dedication to this crew.
Yeah, mate.
And I expect if you have to say hurtful things about me, I'll understand it as well.
What have you been through, mate? I mean, how many gallons of blood soaked that fucking beach that fucking day? This is nothing. This is nothing. Say what you have to say. Do what you got to do. I know you. There's a reason why I decided to throw in with you. It was what it is, mate. We'll disagree, and that's fine. At the end of the day, what we're here for. I know you do what needs to be done, and that's that.
And I trust you with my life, Charmin. I know you've got it.
Oh, mate, you already have, mate. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? Now, what's next, though? That's the question. We've got things to do. We've got to throw them off our trail a bit, ain't we?
Yeah, you guys have a serious amount of heat.
Yep.
You've got, you're almost to level 2, wanted level.
Yep. Well, I think that if I think my parish, there's a lot of powerful people within the group, all hidden behind masks. And I don't need to know who they are to get them to work on our behalf. So I'm going to go see if I can get a few of them to make sure that their high priestess comes to no bad fate. I think I can convince a few to... They still don't know that the altar is gone, that I have no connection with the Saint of Witches. They think that I'm communing with her every night when I spill the blood of the innocents on the altar. So I think that's a good start. As far as our next job, I think we should see what offers we've got. I have another potential client, someone who could maybe work to the ends of the hive but without being tangled up in moving people. Someone I've heard about. Someone I think, knowing that I'm a whisperer, he'll see me. So let me see if that turns up anything.
Right. I mean, what I need to be working on is getting inside with the unseen, but I'm not sure that goes, mate. I mean, the very name describes the difficulty in finding out who they are. I could cast about a bit, I'm sure, but I think what I should be focusing on what you're doing is just being seen as an upright gentleman around town that everyone would want to say something good about as opposed to something bad.
Sure. And you could keep up what you've said, which is "fuck the hive," because that's exactly why the wardens thought the unseen would come after you. It's because of being enemies with the hive. It's going to be a difficult game to play both sides of this, but.
Right, well, I'll take the duckies out on the road and get some sweets. Make sure everyone sees who it is, who's taking care of these little boys and girls, what we pulled out of the hive. We'll have long, loud conversations about what happened to them and make sure everyone knows who's right and who's wrong. And if that's the case, well, then less tongues wag, don't they?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of wagging tongues right at our feet. And I think Maud nods and is like, "Cool, let's go do our things then."
Cool.
Jay, you have downtime actions you want to take? I got like 50.
Yeah. 50.
Yeah. We have coin, right?
Yeah. You guys have a lot of coin.
I am just going to be concentrating on lowering heat.
Cool. Our heat right now, I think you can kind of too for that, honestly.
Yep.
Is lower heat at the same time as you're also talking shit about the hive. Yeah, our heat is. Damn. Chad, why did we get so much heat?
Because we killed a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. Because we set loose a bunch of ghosts in a warehouse.
Yeah, it's just ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, this is also like residual heat from the, like, you had a bunch of heat, but then it went to like just 2 or 3, but that was from the Coleridge job.
Yeah. Yep.
So like now you're kind of like paying the price for that a little bit now too.
Well, we lose 1 because of just passing through.
Okay, you want to take that off?
Yeah, I'll take that off. Cool.
Great.
All right, so we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 7.
Right.
Only 7. Only way up there. So what I'm kind of like trying to do is leverage. I'm trying to like work on my public image, pretty much, leveraging the fame that I've started to gain in the pit, even though I haven't finished that clock, to try to change the narrative and change the optics on the Wobbegong crew and try to like get the public opinion on their side.
Okay. About the hive?
About the hive and about us ourselves. So like when the codes start asking asking around or what's happening, nobody ever wants to mention the boys.
Yeah.
What do I roll for this?
You roll any action that you want to take to do it. So if you're, scaring people in the street saying, talk about the Wobbegong crew and, it'll be the end of you, you could roll command. Or if you're...
it looks like I'm trying to do a consort.
I think you're trying to do a consort. The good news is, the worst thing you just get is not as many ticks. It's not like a bad consort roll on a downtime action will... He's bad. It disgusts me. Maybe he's so sad.
So this is a fortune roll, right?
So John writes, I'd hate to see a bad restaurant review. The food was bad. It disgusted me. Makes me sick of the chef making such bad food. If the chef makes me food like that, I'll break all his fingers. His children's fingers, his friends' fingers, so no one knows he will cook again.
1 star.
1 star. All right.
Limited. What am I doing here?
Fortune. which is now an option.
Yeah, fortune roll. And I'm doing that through consort. Okay. Two. Okay. I'm gonna try it again. We have two actions, right?
Right.
Okay. Yep. That's better.
Cool. So Jay, what is it? What? Tell me a little bit about like where you go, just like we have some, so I have some kind of idea.
So the first thing I do, you know what? I should spend like maybe a coin because I want to get them all the same like blazers. I'm getting them all cleaned up and getting all their hair cut, and then I take them on a row, like in a row, like I call them my little duckies, right? And I take them down to get sweets every day, and then we disappear into the alleys as I sneak my way back, sneak them back to the ship. But I make sure that we go through the alleys and streets of Dockside. Dockside or is it Brightside? Dockside, wherever it is we hang out.
Yeah.
Brightstone, and make sure that people see me with them. And that's
Right.
mainly the thing, and I coach them on trying to be a little charming. And then I think the second thing I'm going to do is bring them to the fighting pit. And I'm gonna do that second concert roll is going to be that, and I'm also going to spend spend one of my coins. So that's 2 stash. I'm trying to take off right now. Okay, then spend 1 coin from the crew to go and work on my clock to be the champ of Doskvol, and I'm going to put them all in a front row box seat so that everybody can see them. So I'm like rolling in that heat and the becoming the champ. So it's 2 different actions.
Yeah.
But I'm rolling into one right there. So basically just trying to make myself look, like an upright, an upstanding, upright kind of guy who's looking out for the neighborhood and the people who never anything bad about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a roll for my clock. I'm not sure how you want to roll, how you want to run that. That's going to be me working on my clock.
Yeah. Well, that's a different action. You'd have to actually buy a different action.
Right, which is what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were spending 1 coin for that last action.
Got it. Yep. Go for it.
So that'll be a skirmish. Is it a fortune roll?
Yeah. No, they're all fortune rolls for downtime actions.
Okay. Jesus. Right. Like the worst thing in the world for me to have is a whole bunch of dice.
Yeah.
Because it means I'm gonna roll horribly.
Yeah. I mean, you like eke out some wins in the ring, but like it isn't as it isn't as decisive as your previous fights.
So it's a good fight.
Yeah. It's a good fight and a close fight. Yeah.
All right.
So
how many ticks does Ford take off for the heat? I know I'm all over the place here. Okay. Got it. Cool. And that is me.
Cool. So one of the things that happens is one of the kids goes out and you totally lose track of him, and he comes back like a day later and his blazer is dirty and cut. And he says his little kid's name is Hicks. And he says, "I might have found a job for you lot."
Well, it's great, Dave, but what happened to your jacket?
Well, I had to creep under a fence that the others in the gang couldn't get under.
Mate, I understand, mate, but you got to figure out a way to do that in a way where you don't ruin your friends, right? Look at me. You know how many gallons of blood this jacket's seen? Look at it. It looks nice, right? I spend the time and the effort to make myself look nice, don't I?
Or you go buy another jacket.
Oh, mate. All right, look, here's what we're going to do. You tell me what you found out, and then we're going to go to my Aberdash, and we're going to get you fixed up right. He's going to give you a couple of notes as to how to make sure you look right and princely every time you leave that door, right? Good. What is it you've learned, my little chickadee?
Well, I was helping Ulf Ironborn and his lot kill a politician who was speaking out against the Skovs. And
What?
yeah,
What?
and they couldn't get under the fence. So I got under the fence and then unlocked the door, right? So anyway, that job's done, and that's good. I got a bushel of apples out of it, and Ulf says that he needs some ghosts smuggled in from outside, and he thought that you lot might be the ones to do it.
And how is it you know Ulf?
I did a job with him. I told you he paid me in apples. He was killing a city councilman.
Did anyone see you in your jacket?
I don't think so.
Oh, good. Well, then that's fine then.
Anyway, he heard that you lot have been doing good things around the city, and he said I should go. And I said I knew you, and he said, "Well, everybody knows where to find them, but I should put word out anyway."
Well done. I hope they were good apples.
They were wonderful.
Good. I think you need a nap or something.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Do you know the name of this official what got murdered?
What was his name? Finn Bowden.
Anyone mention why?
He was speaking out against the Skovs, saying they should go back to Scotland. They're filthy and no better than animals, and no one should hire them.
You know, if it was his idea, or was it a job he got from someone else?
I don't know. He seemed pretty into it.
All right. Go take that jacket off, and I'll bring you to Aberdashers in a bit, and I need to go speak to Maud. Thank you, mate.
You're welcome.
Why not? Apples? Sure. Are they the red kind? Because that's the only one I'm going to eat. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's fine. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. No, no, it's fine. Um, um, I'm not sure I understand fully yet. So you're talking in front of everyone, and then like this new power kind of unveils itself. Okay. Yeah. Right. It's going to become real. Okay. Okay. Cool.
I like how she's doubling down on something that has already ended so horribly once.
what got it. And is there some kind of a role that you're making, or is there like a power that's just being activated? I just want to understand fully before I. Got it. So, yep. Sean, they're saying in Chatland that they're not hearing your audio.
Can we hire a signer for this?
How about now?
On delay.
Yeah. I think
You're saying we're on delay, or are you telling us to hurry up in Spanish?
Yes, no, I got that, Jay. Thank you for.
Or are we about to climb and say
Yep,
on belay?
we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
So I'm going to repeat all of
On
that.
belay.
I'm going to condense it. Maud is with her cult that she has claimed to be. And by the way, hi Jay. That she is the high priestess of the goat matron, and she's been playing them along that she has connection with the Saint of Witches. But I just took the occultist ability, and now she actually does. So after going through all the normal steps of making the obeisances to the Saint of Witches, she's going to actually commune with her in front of all these people. And I'm gonna see what that looks like. So yeah, I think that there's some oils and there's some blood. It's like blood of animals, maybe people who knows, that like gets kind of, you know, poured onto this big stone pillar, and she kind of like, you know, reads the, you know, she's looking at it and she's sort of casting a fortune, and she's about to tell them, you know, do XYZ thing that she just made up. But in this case, I actually want to reach out to the Saint of Witches herself.
Cool.
Yeah.
Make a roll.
Yeah, let's do that. What's the position on this roll?
Okay, so this isn't just like a downtime.
I mean, I'm going to make a downtime action, but I don't think this is it. I think my downtime action is commanding them or consorting with them, but I feel like this is just setting that up.
Yeah. So I guess I need to understand what this role is and what exactly you're doing and what is your intended result. I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm coming at it in a weird way. Maybe there isn't even a call for a roll, because I think mostly I just want Maud to be scared out of her shits that when she calls the Saint of Witches, she actually responds.
Yeah.
And
so
I think I'm just shocked by that, and then maybe later I'll actually go to her with something real, because this is just not expecting anything. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So let's do the downtime action, and I'll explain to you what the color looks like that's different than what it should be, what Maud was expecting.
Okay, cool. So my plan is to command them. I am their leader, and I want them to basically bring forth their resources to protect me, because I tell them, after giving them whatever insight is, I say, our God is misunderstood and feared, and if provisions are not taken to protect me and my ilk, this is the last you'll see of me. If you wish to have your connection with her preserved, then and you wish to keep me in your fold, then I need protection, and you have power in this city to give it.
Awesome.
And you will tell every blue coat and every magistrate that the Wobbegong crew are fine shippers, because that's all that we are.
Cool.
And so I'm trying to like make them culpable for, like, if I go away, you lose your priest. So.
Yep. Sounds good. Make a roll.
Doing command. Fortune. I get +1 die because I communed with their god. Oops, why is that not working? Oh no, done. What did I click? Computer's, of course, now deciding to be extra slow. All right. Nice. Thanks, Saint of Witches. I'll claim that 6 as the one you can.
How does that feel?
Yeah.
I just want to know.
Yeah. So you're giving your speech, and it's just you're in, you're in this dining room where the dining room table has been cleared away. Hat tip to Scannon and his love of dining room tables, and
slash altars,
right.
slash altars, and you start to talk and make your commands and weave it into the ritual of what you do, and you're kind of half-assing. You're not really feeling it, and then you turn to look at them, and like it's as if the shadows in the room aren't that of a parlor and a dining room, but are of some ancient forest, and you can see your own breath, and everybody can see their breaths, and you can feel under your bare feet is like healthy dirt from the old world, and you feel like you've tapped into something way bigger than yourself. And when you give your command, you see their eyes glow just like the candles around the altars used to glow. And without a word, they all get up and they leave. And you're left in the house alone. They just like get up as if they're, being guided by something larger, more powerful than themselves. And they go.
That's gonna end well.
Yep. Yeah, that's not good.
But your heat goes down, right?
Yeah.
So
That's all matters. There we go.
That's what matters. Yeah, when Maud takes off her mask, she's just sweating buckets underneath it.
yeah. And I think Kess, who is the maid who lives in this house, is the first to come back. And she says she curtsies to you and says, I done it.
And I think I'm gonna take my second action as she comes in, and as she comes in, and maybe others do as well. I say, "Good, tell me, tell me about, tell me the story. I want to hear,
Right.
what it is." And now I'm gonna take my second downtime action to work on my getting all the secrets out of them clock.
Cool. Make a roll for that.
And I think this is consort. Now I'm not yelling or
commanding.
barking
Yeah,
orders. I'm like, oh, great, you've done a good job. Now dish.
Yep.
Fortune and standard and one measly pip. Okay.
Yep. You get some details. You get some details that help you start to piece things together. But again, it's slow going.
Yeah. So that I was surprised the heat worked as well. We're down to one heat.
Nice.
And which I think is plenty fine. I'm not planning on indulging my vice.
Cool.
Which means I take stress.
Okay.
Because you take stress equal to your trauma when you don't indulge vice. And I've got one trauma.
You're doing the same thing.
Because I only had two stress, so indulging seems like a poor idea. And
Did we just pick up a cohort?
we did. Yeah, we have a bunch of thugs. Oh, we have to figure out what their attributes are. We didn't do that last time.
Yeah.
We picked up a cohort of thugs, of toughs in the warehouse. Basically, the people that weren't the kids that decided to stick around. And can they take an action on our behalf? Forget. I don't remember if we have that move.
I think we.
Create one of your vehicles the cohort.
I don't think so.
No, that's all hands move. We don't have all hands.
Yep.
During downtime, when your cohorts move 4 feet. The other thing I was gonna do, in terms of looking for a job, although I'm all for smuggling ghosts into the city. That seems like that's a thing we could do. Is there's this really nice guy. Everybody knows he's super friendly. He might know a thing about demons, which would be great for helping us get rid of them in the city. And he lives in Six Towers, and I feel like we were made an offer for something in Six Towers. I think that the lawyer, when he talked to me, said we'd like to set you up in a in a location.
He offered you a manor with a view of Skurlock Manor.
Yeah. Yeah. So in a neighborly way, like getting to know your neighbors, and Charming, if you want to come, because this is not a downtime action per se. This is just me seeing about another lead and also connecting with the contact. I say, like, I think there's a man in 6 towers that might be able to help us find a way that means not having to side with the hive, like accomplish their goals, but without having to side with them. And so
sell people, right?
Exactly. I don't know for sure that his story is any better, but it's unknown, and we've passed name. He's heard my name, perhaps. I certainly heard his. We travel in similar circles. Seems like we might as well at least get to know him, and maybe he could. He might have work for us as well. I'm sure he needs things moved. I just want to check it out. I'm totally dropped Maud's accent. What's wrong with me? So we go to 6 towers, get out of our carriage, push open like the rusted gate, and walk up to his door to knock on it.
Cool.
Ring a bell, like jangle a bell or hit a knocker.
Yeah, no. He's got like a demon face wrought iron knocker with like a silver, and like a silver nail in the door. Yeah.
How accurate is a demon face?
Very accurate.
All right, I say spooky. That's pretty spooky.
It's true. He's considered to be in the know. I'm sure it's quite accurate. And in fact, I think I like go to pull up the knocker, and then I'm like, I'll just knock.
Yeah. It's a dramatic knock, and Lord Skurlock answers his own door.
Wow.
I totally picture him as Gary Oldman's Dracula. I think he's in kind of like a medieval robe, like a black medieval robe with like silver filigree along the shoulders, and kind of long straight hair coming down his face, and a long mustache. And he says, "Come in, be welcome."
My initial reaction is, well done, sir. That's what perfect. Stitching is perfect for there. Buttons, absolute. Well, I'm impressed. Hello, and thank you for your hospitality.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I have been hearing about you. Come. And he takes you out onto the back patio, which looks out onto it looks onto like what looks like a garden, but you guys know better, and you realize that this garden is built on the top of some kind of demonic temple that it was somehow left in this city.
I just stop and I look over at Maud. I look back at the garden and I just go.
And like you would have never been able to see it if it wasn't for like being right here in the like on the back patio.
Right.
And there's tea steaming, and he says, "Help yourself."
Yeah, Maud kind of shakes her head like just give it a chance. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks, right? Like it's probably worse, but
if Lex could talk, Charming's response would be like, right, great. The last time we had to deal with demonic powers, it worked out really well for us. Hey, take a seat. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I pour a cup for Charming and for myself, and I say, and can I pour you a cup as well, Mr. Skurlock?
No. No, thank you.
You know he fucking drinks blood. You know it.
And I
What
think
brings you here?
it's well known, sir, and she sort of looks down, that if there was anyone in the city who was aware of the activity of primordial creatures, that it would be you. And we found ourselves in a position to take action to get them out of to rid our city of at least some of their presence. And I wonder how you stand on that particular point. My hopes are that you see that for all the power they offer, their cost is not worth it, and that you've, in your experience, learned ways to combat them. She sort of looks. She kind of like doesn't quite want to meet his eyes when she says this, so she's sort of like looking at his chest because she's like really nervous that she's gonna have gotten this wrong, and then he's gonna be like, "No, demons are the best."
Right.
So, yeah.
Throughout this entire conversation, Charming's eyes have not left the garden. I'm just staring at where I feel that demonic presence.
Yeah. To be entangled with demons is to bring about your own doom.
Yes.
True.
What is it you need to know?
How to sever their ties to this world, as the wardens put it, to scatter their energies across the void.
Do not speak of the spirit wardens in my home.
Very well. I meant no disrespect.
I feel like you're asking the wrong question. I want you to picture a shop owner coming to you and saying, I am entangled with a gang. How do I disentangle myself from it? There are many more questions to be asked. What kind of gang? What do they want? What do they need? What do they get from you?
It's true. And if a shop owner were to divest that information to me, I would know that I had my hooks in him. And he might be wary before he knew my disposition.
I think like the unnerving thing about him is that he's like supernaturally still. He's like a predator, like just about to, he just feels like a predator just about to pounce all the time.
Yep. Yeah, and it certainly got Maud uncomfortable, but she's, trying to see this through. Many who come to us want some assurances that we'll do the job, that we're on their side, that we have good faith. I know I come to you out of the blue. You're welcome to cast us from your home if I've asked too much. And I will apologize for wasting your time. But I wonder if you have the same belief that we do, that our place is that of man and not that of those creatures. That this place is one small spot where mankind can push out the demons and claim it for themselves and not be beholden to them.
Not become a demon themselves.
It is my understanding that you have found yourself many sources of power that do not involve bonds and simply that you are very wise in these matters. Have I been clear, or do I still seem, or are my questions still too imprecise?
I feel like you want me to take sides in some conflict.
Yes. Well, I want to know what side you stand on.
I'm on Lord Skurlock's side, and none other. And I am not a demon.
If I were to come to you with a demon in particular that I knew had infested this city, and ask you how I could rid us of that creature, would you be able to help, and would you be willing to? And what would you ask of me?
I could push you in the right direction. Which creature are you looking to rid the city of?
Pick one. The first son of the Saint of Witches. A goat demon that wreaked carnage upon Coleridge. I will not mention them because you have requested that I not do it, but he's, as we understood, been detained by other forces in the city. And as you can see, now I have shared information with you, which leaves me vulnerable.
If you wish to know more about demons, you should read a book penned by the immortal emperor before his immortality. It was a book I had in my library before the Dimmer sisters stole it from me.
Right. So a bit of
If you were to steal it back from them, I could help you decipher it.
Thank you, sir, for this tea and for what you've shared.
Thank you for coming.
I set it down and you realize Maud has not drank a freaking sip of this. She's like held it up a bunch of times, but it's not because she's like, oh, he's going to poison me. It's because she's just been like too distracted. And when she sets it down, it like spills over the edge because her hand is shaking. And I'm sure by this time it's gone cold as well.
Thank you very much for the information. And if I could ask you a personal question, and I think just as important, mate, do you have a personal tailor, or is there someone in your house what does that work? Because it's exquisite. It really is lovely.
He almost looks amused, and he says, "This is the work of an old family servant."
It looks, I don't want to say, I say it right. It looks set in, right, but not old. It's not as though it's aged. It's ancient, but new at the same time. It's lovely. It's well done. I haven't seen its time ever, really. I mean, I've seen pictures like it, but I don't suppose you might have a card.
No card.
Right. We got to know each other a bit better. All right, then. We'll get that book for you.
Oh, really? Is that the agreement we've come to? And he stops walking towards the door.
Why? In it? I look over at Maud. You don't miss something.
I figured we'd want to talk. See if this was the kind of job for us. I guess it is. All right then. I've heard of the Dimmer sisters. We'll see what we can do.
Oh.
Yeah, Gary, Maud was totally not willing to commit, but if you're like, okay, we're gonna do it, she's not gonna like doubt you on this. Not gonna like fight that.
Oh, my head. You understand the Dimmer sisters. We're good. They already don't like us anyway, so screw it.
Yep. Cool. All right, sounds good. Okay, awesome. That's not what I expected at all. That's great. I love it.
Did it look? Are you clearly shocked when I say that?
Yeah. No, like Maud is like, what? We're doing what now?
Right. And then clearly on my face is like, yeah. Right.
Awesome first impression. Love it.
Because right.
I think you guys are like stammering over that as like the door closes behind you.
Nice. We agree. Nice. Like once it closes, I'm like, oh, God. I figured you'd say, no way, we're not going after the Dimmer sisters, or that'd be crazy, or that's not what the work we do, or something. I don't know. I didn't.
Might get one thing from one place to another, right? I mean, we've done much worse, right?
It's true, but so far, the encounters we've had with the sisters have not been good. Although, I was able to listen in once on their communication, and if I could do it again, it shouldn't make it that hard to find out where they kept it. At least we could know where they are. It's true. It's possible. I hadn't even thought about it, really. I figured, well.
Well, mate, I mean, not sure exactly how much help I'll be here, but I'll do what I can. I think most of the brain letting here is going to be in your core, right?
Did you tell Maud about the job that Hicks offered?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, is it an either or? Can we do both? I mean, this book's been with the Dimmer sisters for a while. We could do both, right?
It didn't sound as though there was any urgency from Mr. Skurlock. I assume Ulf, on the other hand, needs things done a bit faster. If we want something quick, I know he's off at the 5 Lotus Blossom, whatever, but I think we should figure out what Ulf's job is. We should go get those ghosts in for Ulf and tackle the Dimmer sisters once Scannon's returned from his dinner.
It's exactly what I was thinking. Going in and nicking a book is definitely something we need scanning for. Without a doubt.
So Jed, I think we want to do Ulf's job.
Cool. Sounds good. So you don't meet with Ulf himself. You meet with his second in command, Havid.
Okay. Havid? H-A-V-E-T?
H-A-V-I-D.
Okay. Havid. Got it.
Yep. Page 296 in the book, if you're following along at home.
Nice. Is Haven Skovlander?
Yes.
Cool.
Right, there's a bit of work you need done.
Where is he meeting us? Are we at his place? Does he come over to ours?
I think he comes over to your place.
All right. Then there's cups on the table and mead or something else stronger, coming from them. Scannon made a big point of us having this nice dining room table, so we might as well use it.
As well use it.
Yeah. Anything charming just opened up with that you might need something.
We've got some. Hold on, let me see a map of the city. I think I know where the job is. I just want to make sure so I can. Oh, actually, there's a map right there in Roll20, isn't there? Yes, there is.
Yep. There's two items on the map that I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I was gonna put like little like circles around every job, but it didn't particularly take. Like I didn't do it every time, and now it's
right.
Just trying to. There we go. There we go. Dunslow, Barrow Cleft. Where's the Lost District?
It's the upper right-hand corner.
Oh yeah. There it is.
Just to the right of where it says Northhook Channel. That lightning tower is defunct. Like you could see the lightning tower there, but it's not running or anything.
Yeah. Cool. Habit says, yeah, we've got some ghosts we need smuggled in. They're in the Lost District now, but they can't get past the lightning shield.
How many?
3.
And
Wait,
where do you need them taken?
Once you've got them, there is a basement underneath the Hooded Fox.
Do you have a place to contain them? On account of the fact that most ghosts out in the Deathlands aren't exactly the friendliest.
We'll have containment once you get him to the Hooded Fox, but I was hoping that when it dealt with containment, you lads could deal with that. I heard you were savvy on that stuff.
Oh, we can bring them to you. I just don't want to let them loose. And
yeah, we've got containment on it. We've got containment.
As we haven't worked together before, maybe it'd be good if you told us a bit about who these ghosts were.
And why it is you need us in particular?
They were good Skovlanders who have expertise we need in these days to make sure Ulf's gang gets a toehold and doesn't just disappear into Doskvol scoundrel history, ground into dust. We need them. We'll pay you for them. Why you? Because we hear that you're good smugglers. You're professional. We would have thought that based on what you did during the war, you wouldn't be too kindly to us, but after what you did for the Skov refugees, we're hearing good things.
Is there anyone who knows what you're doing now and might want to stop you?
Nah. No one's going to see this coming.
And these Skovland, these expatriates, they know they're ready to come. They're expecting
ready.
you.
They're ready.
I feel like there's I think I want to study Havid to see if when we talk about the ghosts, it seems like he's pretty. I want to get a better read on him and figure out whether or not he's giving us a straight.
My initial thought was a survey roll. I was going to say the same thing before you talked about there's something going on with the situation that I'm not. About.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you without a roll. He's clearly holding something back.
Yeah.
But there are clearly a lot of vague edges to this. But you can ask more specific questions if you want.
Right.
Maybe he'll tell you. Maybe he won't.
Right. Okay. That sounds good.
Well, so let me get this straight. We've got the job from one of me little mates, but you sent under a fence and tore his lovely jacket. We get back here, he gives us what we got. You come here and you give us half a load of rubbish about what you need done. Mate, you want it done. You want it done right. So give us the information we fucking need.
Fact of the matter is, both Charming and I fought on the other side of the war. And if we're going to bring 3 Skovlin ghosts who may or may not have died in that same war, may or may not have died by our own hands.
They died recent. They died recent. They died knowing that they were dying in order to be smuggled over here.
What killed them?
Their mate killed them.
Why?
Because they knew that dying was the only way to make it over here.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. As I said, fucking patriots.
And once Ulf has these 3, what's he planning to do with them?
I don't think that's part of the job, lads. I'm sorry.
It's fair.
I mean, if you were stealing drugs or weapons, you wouldn't be asking, well, who's going to snort it or who's going to shoot it?
Well, the reason why I'm always asking is the person you're aiming this weapon at might be a problem on the job that we're doing, right? Who are we looking out for? If it was, say, watchmen, if it was, say, is there a certain group of people what you might be upsetting by doing what you're doing right now, mate?
Yeah, of course we are. We're scovs. We're being kicked around this goddamn city.
Well, it's horrible, and we all feel for you, mate, but anyone in particular, mate, who might be looking out for what it is you're doing right now?
No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone sees this coming.
Finish the sentence for me. Our biggest threat in this city right now is this group of people. ...
I feel like this is at the point where we're pushing, and I'm happy to make a command roll to be like, give us, spill the beans right now.
Right.
Jay, you want to lead it or you want Ma to lead it? I'm
Yeah.
Go either way. Okay.
I'm the one with the bigger mouth here. Are you helping out or?
Yeah, no, I'm going to roll as a group action with you because I think we're both doing it. And we group action, we take the best result, but you take stress if either of us roll a 1 to 3. But I think...
what do we think this position is?
Yeah.
This is risky with limited effect.
Okay.
You just want to tell you guys shit.
Fair. Let me roll mine. See if I can do any better. Nope. So we get the 4 and I give you a stress.
Yay!
Yay! Sorry.
I need to get a manicure anyway.
But it's partial.
Yeah.
Partial success.
Yep.
Success with consequences.
Yeah.
Mm. He says, "I'll tell you, but that means you gotta help us with the next stage of this. It means you're in."
Right, mate. I mean, the question was more what we're worried about, what we're going to have to deal with on the way in. So, what you're saying now is you're going to tell us, and if we're not in,
There's no one looking out for this.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna say he tells you, and it causes like some light harm that leaves you unsettled. That's what I'm gonna say. He's like, nobody's thinking that Ulf Ironborn is going to bring 3 Skovlander war heroes ghosts across the damn lightning fence, put them in Skovlander warframes, and have them wreak havoc on the streets of Skovland so that Ulf can cement his place in the underworld. No one's seeing that coming. So you got nothing to worry about.
It just hits Charming that I'm gonna have people inside me that whose people I was killing for years in the war.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to resist that a little bit. It's a
Sounds
resolve
good.
roll.
Sounds like resolve. Yeah. Yeah, and that feels like it's a thing where it's heading us both because it's a group action,
Yeah.
right? Like we're.
Oh yeah. It's hitting you both without a doubt.
Yeah. I think I will. Oh no. That's the worst, Charming.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He takes 5 stress.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus.
You always succeed at resistance rolls. You just take 6 minus your.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I have a very good resolve pool, and Maud is is not going to be shaken by this. But let's see how much stress it causes her. All them dice and still 2. This is a good way to start a job. Lots of stress. Already loaded up.
Yep. I mean, warframes are basically like big metal wheels or spheres, brimming with guns that you shove a ghost into. They're
Yeah, they're mechanical horrors. Yeah.
they're brutal. I mean, I'm sure there were warframes. Matter of fact, Bargus Beach was one of the first places that warframes were unleashed.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons why it was such a slaughter, because there was no military there was no military strategy to deal with them.
Yeah.
It's like the first battles with a machine gun, It's
Right.
like, well, just keep running at them.
Yeah. They've got to run out of bullets sooner or later.
Right.
Yay.
Okay. Cool. And we're gonna take this job.
Cool.
Uh,
Shall we take a break and then do the job?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Sorry, everybody, we don't have a clock because I don't have Snaz installed on my machine, but we'll be back shortly. See y'all soon.